If you're listening to this, it is 2022 and you're probably wanting to learn how to sell on Amazon. Well, I can tell you right now that the landscape has changed. Today, I am going over my 2018 results versus my 2022 results and telling you exactly how the landscape has changed so that you can be aware of the ever so changing beast that we call Amazon. Guys, it's 2022, and one thing I've learned after being a seller on Amazon for 4 years now is nothing is ever stagnant on Amazon. There's portions of it that are going to be, but if you are not adapting, if you're not finding a new competitive edge to be better, you're gonna get washed out with all of the other sellers. In fact, a cool fact here, people who were selling on Amazon in 2005 and even before that, or even up to 2010, those people there had it so easy that when all of these changes started happening the past few years, they started to get washed out as well. A lot of those seasoned sellers forgot how to sell on Amazon. So 2018, let me talk a little bit more about that. Our first year, we did $250,000 on Amazon, and in our first 30 days, we did just under $10,000. Now, that wasn't an easy $10,000. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. Mistake number one, I didn't learn from anybody. And now, I was very cost sensitive at the very beginning, which as you are listening to this, you might be cost sensitive as well. And that is totally normal to feel. But what I can tell you is that me not having a simple guide to get me to where I wanted to be costed me thousands and thousands of dollars. I didn't use a freight forwarder based off of profitability. I used one based off of, hey, this person's in the United States, they must be really, really good. It was a recommendation from somebody in a group. Well, what I quickly realized is that the $4,000 I paid in shipping, I could have easily gotten from another freight forwarder overseas for $1,000. That's $3,000, a $3,000 mistake, guys. In addition to that as well, because I didn't know exactly what needed to be prepped on Amazon, the way I prep my labels is I printed my ASIN as opposed to my FN SKU on my actual boxes. And what I quickly realized is that when it arrived at the warehouse in the United States, I had to get everything absolutely relabeled. It cost me additional labor. It cost me a cost per label, and I was sunken by over $1,000. In that first shipment runs, I lost over $4,000, not to mention the additional month that it took to be able to resurrect all of those additional issues. The next mistake I made, which was by far the biggest one that I had made throughout my whole Amazon journey, and that was not running profit margins based off of my launch price. Now today, you need to come in with a unique offer. You need to be the best product on the market if you really want to sell through. Back then, you could come up with something that is semi-unique, but you need to compete on price at the beginning. And what I quickly realized that within that first month, it's all about selling units, 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 and units. Number one, I ran out because I had to sell at a low price. Number two, I barely made any profit because I had to sell at a price that was $4 less than the price that I calculated my margins on. Now, over time, I was able to get up to that target price, but it allowed me to realize that, hey, I need to calculate my worst case scenario and my best case scenario so I know the full opportunity and all of the risks associated with a product launch. Now, since 2018, the Amazon space has changed absolutely immensely. Now, why I say that is because, again, it is not easy to sell on Amazon today. You need a proven blueprint to be able to do that. But on top of that as well, it's not you launch a product and you are successful. Back in 2018, you could still do that. But now it's intensive market research, understanding where are the gaps in that market to be able to launch on Amazon. What are the keywords you can go after? What are the keywords that your top competitors are missing out on? If there's no gap there and there's no easy opportunity for you to enter that market, you have no opportunity to do so. In addition to that as well, there's no such thing as Me Too products anymore. You can't just launch anything. You need to solve a customer pain point. You need to bring something completely unique to the market, and you need to know who you're talking to, because the better you're able to understand your customer, the better you're able to actually talk to them and therefore increase those conversions. In addition to that as well, advertising is not as easy as it used to be. Back in the day where we used to spend 50 cents to $1 for a cost per click, we're now spending $1.50 to $2.50, sometimes even up to $8, depending on the niche that you're actually in. What does that mean for you? It means that you can't just go and learn PPC by yourself. It means that you really need to know your numbers, understand what methods work for your product, continuously test, And ultimately, you need to make that skill set of advertising and PPC and bringing people to your traffic. But on top of that as well, when somebody's on your listing, learning how to really convert them through effective optimization of your listing, images, sales copy, you pretty much name it. It's not that easy anymore, but I can tell you right now, if you learn these things today and you build this skill set day by day by day, you'll be able to build stability across your Amazon business and wash out all of the people who are not doing this today. My honest review about Amazon FBA in 2022, it's hard, but it's hard if you don't know what you're trying to learn from and who you're trying to learn from. If you're listening to this video thinking that, hey, I'm gonna be able to learn completely from one person on YouTube and get all of the answers that I need, in fact, what you're probably doing right now is you're trying to watch the same lesson or same video from 10 different people where every single person's giving you a simple, different answer. How do you learn from that, guys? That's exactly how you put yourself into a stage of paralysis by analysis. So my honest review is that it's hard, but if you have the mentor, if you have the right dedication to be successful, and you are willing to build the skill set, you can be wildly successful in Amazon FBA in 2022. So instead of learning from 10 different people, learn from us. Watch the next video. We're gonna teach you exactly all the things that we know about Amazon, our mistakes, all of the brutally honest things that have gotten us to exactly where we are today. Click the video here and you'll learn exactly about what we're doing next.